What is DNA replication? Where does it occur? Why does it occur? And how does it occur? Let us learn answer of all these questions. So now let us learn about DNA replication. DNA replication is a duplication process. During this process, two strands of the DNA, they get separated. And now these two strands, they act as the separate template. On these template, new complementary strands are synthesized. I said new complementary strands are synthesized. These strands are not the duplicate copy of the existing strand. These are complementary to the existing strand. And after the DNA replication, now the new DNA molecules, they are the exact replica of the parental DNA. And in this newly synthesized DNA, the one strand is parental and the other strand is newly synthesized. Now, what are the various requirements for this process to occur? This process requires a large number of enzymes, a particular site known as origin of replication in the DNA. And the third thing is deoxyribonucleotides. Deoxyribonucleotides, these are formed by the deoxyribose sugar, phosphate group, and the nitrogen base. The enzyme required for this process are helicase, primase, DNA-dependent DNA polymerase, and DNA ligase. All these are present in the nucleoplasm. So DNA replication, this occurs in the nucleus of the cell. Now this helicase enzyme, it breaks down the hydrogen bonds which are present between the nitrogenous base. These bonds, they held the two strands of the DNA together. So when the helicase is breaking the hydrogen bond, the two strands, they get separated. Now, next comes the primase enzyme. This primase enzyme, it binds primer on the DNA strand. How? We'll study now. And the DNA-dependent DNA polymerase enzyme, this polymerizes deoxynucleotides. And ligase, we have already studied in 11th standard that the function of the ligase is to join. So here this join the fragments of the newly synthesized DNA fragments. There are 4 different types of deoxynucleotides. DATP, that is deoxy. DGTP, DCTP, and DTTP. Adenine triphosphate, guanine triphosphate, cytosine triphosphate, and the thymosin triphosphate. These deoxynucleotides, they are performing 2 functions here. They are acting as a substrate that get attached to the DNA strands. Simultaneously, these are providing the energy also for the polymerization reaction. As I said that there is triphosphate. Okay, so 2 phosphate group are released and these phosphate group, they provide the energy for the polymerization process. An origin of replication, just now also I have told you that this is a particular point of the DNA from where replication can start. And there is only one such point in the prokaryotes, but in eukaryote there are many such ORI are present. Now I am going to explain you this process with the help of a very beautiful animation by your genome. Just now I said the first step is breaking of hydrogen bond by the helicase enzyme. So here you can see that the helicase enzyme is breaking the hydrogen bond and as a result 2 strands get separated. Now remember one thing here, the whole strand of the DNA is not separated simultaneously. DNA is open only in small stretches. Why? Because a large amount of energy is required to break this bond, and our cell cannot afford such a large amount of energy to break all the hydrogen bonds simultaneously. So helicase is breaking these hydrogen bonds in small stretches of DNA. Now the next step is the primase enzyme. It get attached to this single strand of the DNA now. But this will get attached to 5' to 3' only. When I am saying 5' to 3', I am talking of the newly synthesized DNA or to be synthesized DNA strand. The function of the primase is to attach a small piece of primer. You can see here that the small piece of primer. What is this small piece of primer? This is nothing but a small stretch made up of nucleotide. This acts as a knot on the strand where other nucleotides can be attached. Otherwise, what may happen that one nucleotide is coming here, second get attached, and by the time third is coming here, the first one is released. So that it is acting as a knot on the thread so that the process of polymerization can easily occur. Now comes the function of DNA polymerase. Now this is catalyzing the addition of deoxynucleotides on this primer. Can you see now that it is attached on the primer? And very important property of this DNA polymerase is that it can catalyze only in one direction, that is 5' to 3'. And when again I am saying, when I am talking of the 5' to 3', it means to be synthesized, newly synthesized strand of the DNA. But this can occur only on one strand, right? So on one strand, this DNA polymerase is going to catalyze uninterrupted polymerization process. So on this strand, in this direction, a continuous strand of the DNA is formed. This is called leading strand. On the other hand, on the other side, that is template strand 3' to 5', it is going to open in small stretch. So now small DNA fragments will be synthesized here. So now this is called the lagging strand or discontinuous synthesis of the DNA. This enzyme is very fast. E. coli, it is having 4.6 into 10 raised to the power 6 base pair. And the process of replication is completed within 20 minutes. Or we can say 2000 base pair per second. And not only this is very accurate also, because we know that if there is a mistake in the addition of a single nitrogen base, this will result in mutation. See how one strand is the leading strand and another is the lagging strand. On this strand, it is formed only in the small fragments. You just concentrate here on the leading strand. Look here at the leading strand. See, this one is the leading strand. On the other hand, now see how in small stretches DNA is formed on the template 5' to 3'. So these are the small fragments. The name of these small fragments is Okazaki fragments, and these are known so after the name of the scientist who discovered them. Here you can see these two, Okazaki. Now these fragments, they are joined by the enzyme ligase. So this ligase enzyme is joining all the fragments to produce a continuous strand of DNA. At last, we get two copies of DNA which are exactly similar to the parent. And in these, one strand is parental and the other strand is newly synthesized. Again, I am repeating, the newly synthesized strand is complementary to the existing strand. It is not the duplicate of the existing strand. The whole DNA is duplicate or replica of the parental DNA.